Alrighty, so let's get started. So, welcome everyone for jumping on and just giving up 30 minutes of your time to listen in to hear what Wayne and I have been using for our latest event, the Ultra Trail Australia, which is in the beautiful Blue Mountains in Katoomba in New South Wales. So, we both ran the 100K and we're both really proud with how we went, but more so the nutrition and fueling our body and how our body just loved us during it, and then also after how the recovery went. So thank you so much for jumping on, and yeah, we'll continue on. So a little bit about the Ultra Trail Australia, if you haven't heard of it before. It's I want to say a beautiful race in the Blue Mountains. There's a 22K, there's a 50K, and there's 100 kilometres. The 50K and the 100 are both on the same day. The 22 is on the Friday, and there's actually a stair climb race as well, which is on further stairs, which is 951 steps, and it's just a race vertical straight up. So I've never done it, but I definitely did finish those stairs at the end of my race, as did Wayne. This run is formally known as the North Face 100, and then it's changed over to the Ultra Trail, and it's just beautiful. It's been going for 10 years now. So a little bit about myself and why I decided to start using these products is because I guess I went through a few races where I wasn't really happy with the preparation. Also during the event, I wasn't happy with my nutrition. And then after, I was just so sore and so achy. And I just knew that there had to be better ways out there that I could fuel my body. And so a couple of examples of this was I did a longer run last year, Northburn in New Zealand, and yeah,
you're fine.
Oh, and through that race, my belief was so down. I felt so sick. It took 12 hours to do 50 kilometers. The elevation was crazy, but my nutrition in myself, I just didn't feel good at all. I went through times where I was high, low, emotional. My belief was terrible. I just wasn't getting what I needed to get. Another example is the Big Red Run. I completed that. So the Big Red Run is in the middle of Australia, in the Simpson Desert in Birdsville, and it's a 6-day stage race over 250 kilometres. And there's an 80-kilometre day, which I had never done either, and during that run I also, the recovery side, I wasn't happy with it at all, so I decided to use some more of these products that we'll go through in a bit to really allow me to race better really and recover much happier.
Hey guys, so I'm Wayne. I started my ultra running journey about 4 years ago with a little run in Western Australia. It was a 47-kilometre ultra, and that was my dipping of my toe. So then over time I stepped through and started doing more and more, but I found I just struggled with gels. I struggled with, different variations of fueling. I tried eating Vegemite and avocado sandwiches. I tried just using, other products until I came across the system and the program that I'm using now. And the two products that I actually use, or the two programs that I use, fit really well together, and I find they give me really good synergy. So the benefits are that I've essentially found ways to increase my, reduce my times, become fitter, leaner, get better recovery, and just find that I'm so much more energetic in just day-to-day life. So it's really fantastic. So basically, like any ultra, there's a lot of preparation that goes into it, starting with your race preparation. And this really does go a lot further than just, the day before. It takes a lot of planning and working out your nutrition plan. But to keep it really sort of focused on just this event, we sat down prior to the event and we worked out where we had to have our nutrition in our drop bags. We worked out how many hours it was going to get or take to get between each checkpoint, how much of the nutrition we had to carry, where we would fuel, how much water we'd need between each space. So it's a fairly precise, calculated science. And this basically came down to the day before then, when we were able to put it all in our drop bags, go through it the last time just to make sure we were happy. Basically, the best thing about finalizing plans a couple of days before is you can really target into the weather conditions that you're having at the time. Whereas if you do it 2 weeks out, you may be thinking it's going to be hot weather, but it turns out to be cold, and it just changes the way you fuel. So the day before, we sat down and we preloaded all our nutrition. We got it all set out. We had our bags marked, the little Ziploc bags full of our mysterious white powders. Good thing there weren't any sniffer dogs. And we sorted out everything that we had to do. We also ensured that when we woke up on race day that we adequately pre-fueled that morning. And that just meant that we started the day off right. We made sure we got the right nutrition in so that it would be digested before the race, and so that we weren't going to be feeling queasy, but we could get through that first hour of the race and make sure that we were actually fueled to go. And then when it came into the race itself, so we were running and we had our dated or our checkpoint to checkpoint planned out. And as we got to the checkpoints, we'd fill water bottles or we'd put the nutrition in the water bottles. We'd make sure that we were eating the right things at the right times, ensuring that we had that nutrient timing worked out perfectly. Okay. And that really helped us to get through. We avoided all those dips and those highs. It was just consistent energy throughout the whole day. We had good focus, we had good clarity, and we really did succeed in getting it nailed down this time. It didn't happen overnight. It's taken me quite a few races to get my plan worked out and what works for me, and everybody has to do that themselves. The primary idea of this session tonight really is just to say, hey, these are some tips of what worked. You could potentially put them into your plan and see how it goes from there. So then when we go into the recovery mode, basically for me, recovery means immediately post-race. It doesn't mean, 2 hours later, 3 hours later. You have you have a window of about an hour where you are able to get the most out of what it is that you take on board. So if you were to have your post race recovery routine set in and you have your nutrition within 15 minutes, your body's going to digest it within that 30-minute window to then be good to go so that you don't lose out on that time, righto? So have it within 15 minutes, your body's going to digest it within 30, you've made that 1 hour window. Then what we choose to do is 2 hours post-race, we'll make sure that we do the same process again. The idea here is that sometimes you just can't quite get that big bowl of veggies that you want, all right? And so if you follow the routine and you get everything in, you're going to recover and get back onto running as soon as you can. And then I guess the ongoing recovery is that, for 3 or 4 days after, you've got to make sure that you are following a set routine to make sure that you're still helping your body get recovered completely, because you do a lot of damage over 100 Ks. You've got to make sure you fix that.
So I guess what did we use? So we used a couple of different products or systems. We used the wonderful Tailwind, which you might have heard before. And we also have incorporated a range of Ionics products from a range inside that called the AMP range, which is a sports performance product. And then also we incorporated some of the other Ionics products with that.
So one of the main things that you need to sort of consider with any race preparation, fueling and recovery is a good quality protein. So essentially the isolene shakes are the really good basic section or protein to build off. Then there are also the isolene pros, okay, which is the protein that has the 36 grams of undernatured protein in it. Now, basically the idea of having a good quality protein in the lead up between event means that your muscles are going to be basically set up to go. Okay, so they've got all the protein in them that they need, that they've actually been able to maintain and build, and it's going to maximize your athletic performance. The beauty then of having it is, as we do in the morning before the race, is that you're getting a load of protein on board that you can digest before you start the race, so that you're going to be allowing your body to fuel itself from that protein, as well as the glycogen that you get from the tailwind. And it's a great picture to help ensure that you don't break down your muscles. Okay, so then when we're actually doing our pre-loading, so NOx, okay, it's a great pre-workout shot. We actually do this the night before the race, and then we do it the morning of the race. And then we'll have another one about midway. The idea here is the NOx shot, okay, helps support nitric oxide production, and this helps prime your body for better and longer workouts. The nitric oxide actually helps to dilate your blood vessels, and that in turn allows you more blood flow. It's going to give you more power, and you're going to get better endurance. We also include amp power. Now we have this before the race. So at about an hour before the race, we start drinking a bottle of Tailwind with the amp power in it. And the beauty of this is that you're going to get all the glycogen that you need through ingesting the Tailwind, but you're also going to get the great pre-workout nutrition that you need through the amp power. It's got creatine, it's got L-carnitine, it's got a whole bunch of really good stuff in it. And it's going to just help prepare your body and your muscles for work, and it's going to increase the available energy that's going to help your working muscles. And so then the last thing we do just before the race starts is the e-shots. So they're a great long-lasting, and flavorful energy shot. The best thing that we love most about them is that it's a quality plant-based caffeine, all right, and it's loaded with adaptogens. Adaptogens, they're amazing things that really help your body set up and be prepared for stress, whether it's internal or external stress. All right, so if you want a really good boost to energy, a way to fight fatigue and improve athletic performance, get in onto an e-shot and you'll be feeling great. So we do actually e-shots, so it works out to be about 100 milligrams of caffeine every 2 hours. Okay. You want to talk about the Ionics?
You can go.
Okay. So the Ionics, basically, the beauty of the Ionics when we're talking about a athletic specific process, I guess, is that because it is full of herbal adaptogens and botanicals, and it's designed to help balance your body, what it will do is it will help you set up and better maximize the energy production that your body can produce. It'll also help ensure that you're going to get your recovery happening in the right way. So we'll use Ionics a few times throughout a long race, and essentially we mix it with our Tailwind in our pre-prepared drop bags. Now, at about 2/3 the way through the race is where you might consider start putting it in. What we actually choose to do is we'll do every hour we'll have 2 scoops of Tailwind, and then after that first hour we'll have a scoop of Ionics with Tailwind, then we'll have Tailwind by itself, and then the next hour we'll have that scoop of Recover. Now, when we start talking about the Recover is essentially based around BCAAs, so branched chain amino acids. These basically are going to really ensure that it's going to balance your body and help normalize the systems, okay, and it's going to help promote faster recovery. But the best thing during exercise is that it helps to ensure that your body is producing the correct energy to get it through what it needs to do. It's a really great product, and I feel that it has really benefited my racing, my training, and my recovery. Okay, so something we use in our pre-race but also post-race for recovery is the Isogreens. It's a super greens powder. Basically, it's an amazing phytonutrient drink. It's got a mix of 30 premium fruits and vegetables in it. Okay, now full of antioxidants that's going to help to fight any free radicals, and it supports overall health. Okay, this is specifically designed to help ensure that we fill that nutrient gap that we get in our normal day-to-day life. The benefit for me as an athlete is that it ensures that I get everything that I need into my body as soon as I can. Why? Because it's readily digestible. If you try and eat a plate full of plants straight after an event, A, you're probably going to throw up because you can't stomach a big stomach full. But B, it's going to take you over an hour to digest it, and you're going to miss that window. While real food as soon as you can is super important, you're not going to delay your recovery by waiting for a bowl of veggies, okay? Or a steak if that's what you choose. What you need to do is get something into you straight away that's going to be readily digestible, that's going to help you recover quicker and get on to the next race. What we also choose is basically a range of multivitamins loaded with antioxidants. Okay, so the men's and women's essentials, they're really great for helping with stamina, energy and endurance and mental focus, which is pretty much everything you want. Your iso-omegas, okay, supporting heart and joint health. It's going to be also good for helping support your brain activity. Ageless actives, essentially these things, they've got resveratrol, they've got CoQ10. All of these things are really proven to help heart health, to help cells with energy production. So, you know, cellular level stuff. And then isogenesis. So the isogenesis is another potent antioxidant. All right, really does help with the free radicals, and it maintains the efficiency of the natural enzymes to reduce those free radicals and make sure that you recover quicker. Get rid of that oxidative stress, and your body is going to be so much better. All right, and then lastly, what we do is essentially for the first couple of days after an event, I'll do a nightly cleanse. So basically, the Cleanse for Life, it's a powder that contains a whole bunch of herbal antioxidants and botanicals, and it's really good for supporting the detox process. What it does is it actually helps your body better do what it does best, all right? Your kidneys and your liver do amazing jobs at getting rid of all the toxins and all the metabolites that just, you know, the broken down muscle from such a big event. What I find is that by using the Cleanse for Life, it supports my body to do what it needs to do. And I strongly believe it helps with that recovery. So then at about 3 or 4 days after the event, what I'll do, and Bree does, is we do a cleanse day. A cleanse day is essentially just an intermittent fasting day where you have around about 500 calories or less of food, where you drink the Cleanse for Life 4 times a day. And that really does help and support your body to release any other, you know, metabolites broken down from the muscle wear and tear. And that also helps your body just refresh and restart. And I love it.
So do I.
All right. So essentially that's it from us, our end of it. We'd be open to any questions that you may have regarding what it is that we've done and what it is that we choose to do and why we choose to do it. So yeah, thank you. That's from me. If Bree's got anything else you'd like to say?
No, that's really about it. Thank you everyone for jumping on and giving us our time. I think the main things that have really helped me, especially in the Ultra Trail Australia, the recent race that I did, my first 100, was definitely the Ionics. It's definitely helps with the mental focus, stress, and definitely that recover as well. It's amazing how well we feel a couple of days after the event. We can get up and go for a run. So yeah, it's just an incredible system. We're so glad that we've come across this. We've mixed it with Tailwind. It works. So yeah, we'd love to pass it on to anyone who's looking for better nutrition in their exercise.
So yeah, thanks very much, and feel free to send us a message, jump in, and ask us any questions if you like on Facebook and Messenger. All
right. Do you guys use the Amped Recover during the event as well? Is that what you said? So during exercise.
So we use the Recover and the Ionics during the exercise. So basically, if you're doing a shorter, more intense session, so like a gym workout or maybe a CrossFit session that might go for an hour, you would probably look at using your Recover about a third of the way through, and then the Ionics about 2/3 of the way through. Whereas if you're doing it through a longer event like we've just done, you start using a bit earlier. But what we do is we
because you want to recover sooner.
Yeah, but it's not so much being used primarily as a recovery tool. It's
more like a fueling tool.
Yeah, but it's more to help ensure that you get the right nutrients, that you're getting those branched chain amino acids, and that you're getting your body prepared to better function under the stresses.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. And the isoline, how do the isoline shakes, are they the same ones that we get in the canisters for the 30 days?
Yep. So the isoline shakes, they're the standard shakes that have the 26 grams of protein.
Okay.
Come in the standard shakes. The Isoline Pro comes generally in the sachets, and they're the ones with the higher percentage or higher grams of protein. So what Bree does is Bree uses the Isoline basically on a day-to-day basis, but she'll use the Isoline Pro post-exercise. And then with this event, with the 100 Ks, she had an Isoline Pro prior, and she had one post-event as well.
Okay.
So that was just because of the length of this particular event.
Okay. And so for like workouts, would you recommend the Isoline Pro as well?
The Isoline Pro would be best for use after a workout when you want to really make sure you get that optimum amount of protein in post-workout.
And then would you still have your normal like breakfast and lunch shakes?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
There's also another product called IsoPro, and it's just a canister of its own. And for people who are working out at the gym or doing exercise in some form, they can mix 1.5 scoops of IsoPro with 1.5 scoops of Isoline Pro or Isoline, and that just allows the protein gram to be a bit higher as well. So there's that option as well.
All right. That's fantastic. Thank you so much, guys.
No worries.
Thank you.